Good morning, good morning. It's actually afternoon. I have no idea what is going on this week. I apologize about the short notice, to say the least, of me going live. Been a bit of a week. I had a little bit of an accident. I fell down the stairs. I dislocated and broke my ankle in 2 places, which is something I don't recommend. Literally 0 out of 10. Do not try at home. So I spent, uh, Thursday in the hospital, that, uh, the swelling down. Um so that they can do surgery on Thursday this week. That's what they're hoping. I go into hospital Thursday morning, for pins and plates and everything else. It is going to be a long road to recovery, to say the least. It's at least 2 more weeks after the surgery of no weight bearing, elevated foot as much as possible, um, and then after that, we can look at whether I can start moving around. Once once I'm allowed to start moving around and the cast comes off, so it's going to be 2 weeks of elevated foot, and then 6 to 8 weeks in a cast. But after that, I am desperately hoping it can come off. Everything's fine, and I can start physio. It's going to be pretty intense physio to get my foot back up and running. I am a lady in her 40s after all. I'm really lucky. I don't have any signs of osteoporosis or anything else like that. But so yeah, lots of pain, lots and lots of pain. I had a ride in the ambulance though. And I had a really great ambulance crew. They were amazing. And I was pretty much fine all the way through until they said, yeah, we're going to have to admit you. At which point I burst into tears and lost it because hospitals are part of my PTSD trigger. So I am desperately hoping that absence is going to make our hearts grow fonder for each other. Because for the 4th week in a row, I am not going to be live on Friday. I would imagine that I will still be pretty grumpy after the surgery. And we're still trying to find our new normal. And that kind of thing. There's a lot of pressure on my other half, and I mean, the kids are taking it in their stride. I'm not sure how they're going to feel with me going into hospital on Thursday. Yeah, it's not going to be fun. But I'm pretty bruised and battered. From lots of different things. The inside of my elbows are bruised from them taking blood and giving me kind of medications and stuff. I've got bruises on me from I'm having to take a daily blood thinner leading up to hospital, so I'm very bruised from those injections. And my foot, the bit of my foot that I can see is a terrifying color. I kind of want them to take pictures of it when they take the cast off, because I don't know whether they're going to take the cast off when I get to hospital so they can have a look at it, or whether they're going to take it off when I'm wheeled into theatre. But I really want photographs of just the amazing colours that it's gone. I really want that. And I know that makes me weird. Like I asked for photographs of the x-rays. I wanted a picture of the CT scan, but that didn't happen. But I do have pictures of the before and after shots of my foot and leg. I did a number. I really did do a number, and I twisted my knee and I twisted my ankle, and yeah, went down with a thud. Just Not fun. Not fun. I wouldn't recommend it. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's awful. And I'm not getting on with crutches. Like, I keep tearing muscles in my shoulders and my stomach and stuff like that 'cause it's such an unnatural way to walk. And because of the fibromyalgia and the chronic fatigue syndrome and the EDS, I'm having to be really careful with how I'm using them. Not that I'm on them very often. So part of the problem is like I'm essentially on bed rest. I'm not meant to be getting up and doing anything unless I absolutely have to. So I'm not on the crutches unless I'm on the way to the loo, or something like that. It's rubbish. It is really, really rubbish. So I thought I would do a bit of a live, see if anyone was around, but really just update you. Um, because I'm meant to be giving away senior fluffy butts on a Friday night stream, and that's not working right now because I keep having to miss them. All right, just sharing the link. So maybe I can schedule an extra live somewhere um, during the day or something like that, to try to make up for it. But I will give you as much notice as possible because I really want to give away Senor Fluffy Butt. He is waiting for his new home. So yeah. But yeah, it's been surreal. It's been surreal. Um, and I am incredibly lucky that I have a lot of support. My partner has been amazing. Um, like there are no words for it. There really aren't. Um, I'm incredibly lucky that he's been there, and he's been, like, helping me up out of chairs and bringing me drinks and all of those other things, and, it doesn't matter what it is. If I need it and I ask for it, he does it, and it's amazing. Really, really is amazing to me that he has been just so rock solid. And it's not easy. Like he's essentially solo parenting the kids. He's getting them up and ready for school and making their lunch, getting them, you know, breakfast and everything else. I do their hair, and then he's then driving them to school, and doing all of the housework and all of this other stuff. He's not able to really take a moment to look after himself. You know, he'll make sure I'm okay. He'll maybe go and do something like washing up, washing, whatever. We'll sit down and have lunch. And by that point, it's time to start, picking up the youngest and then bringing her home. And then both of them going and picking up the eldest and coming home. And then he's straight into cooking. And, I mean, I know how hard that is, on a daily basis. I don't drive the kids to school. He does that. But normally I'd be getting them up and ready for school, and then he takes over, and we share that responsibility. And right now I can't do that because broken ankle. Yeah. So I've got some video of me in the ambulance, and I've got some photographs. I'm not going to show the X-ray photographs in case people are squeamish. But what I intend to do is do some updates. So I've got some kind of pictures of the bruising as that's come out, and stuff like that, because bodies are fascinating. They really, really are. But yeah, basically the surgery on Thursday, fingers crossed for Thursday, will be pins and plates, both bones in my leg, at the bottom. And then hopefully I'll be able to come home same day, which is amazing. As long as as long as there aren't any emergency surgeries that need doing before me, or as long as I respond okay to the anesthetic. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. So I've set myself up. I've got a little stool underneath the desk. Um, it's not high enough, so I need to work out a way of propping that up. Um, but I am hoping, I'm desperately hoping that you guys are okay with me taking a little bit of time off. Like Friday, there was no chance of me going live, none, absolutely none. Because essentially, in a matter of a couple of minutes, our lives just got turned upside down. Um, so I called out, I fell and I called out to my partner because I heard the snap. And I was like, "Can you phone an ambulance, please?" And he poked his head around the corner and kind of went, "Really, an ambulance? Like, really, really?" I was like, "Yes, please. I've broken my leg." He was like, "Definitely broken." I was like, "Well, my foot is facing a different direction, and it's misshapen. So yes, please." Like one of those surreal moments of, I kept having to look at it to make sure. Like the pain was pretty bad, but I kept having to kind of go, "No, no, my foot's floppy. There's definitely a thing. This is okay to phone an ambulance about." Um, so yeah, one of those things. But I've never done anything like it before. Like I've fallen over and really damaged my wrist. And on both of those occasions, it was kind of, we think it's broken, but we're not sure. We're just going to leave it. And the same with, there's a bone in my foot that I'm sure I broke. But my mum refused to take me to the hospital to get it checked out. Because narcissist. So I'm pretty sure I've broken stuff over the years, but this is the first time that it's definitely like, yeah, you did an oops, and we need to fix it. So yeah, so I'm hoping you're going to bear with me over the next few weeks while I get over the surgery and start recovery and work out the best way to stream and record videos and that kind of thing. I've got so many ideas for videos, and I can't do any of them because I can't set it up. It's so frustrating. So frustrating. I am not good at just sitting. I am not good at just sitting down and doing nothing. It's driving me batty, to say the least. So I am not sure how I'm going to deal with like 2.5 weeks, at least another 2.5 weeks of not being able to do anything. Because yeah, and like once the initial kind of, okay, how are we going to change our lives? I'm sat there going, right, okay, we've got pretty much everything set up, but if I can't work, I can't earn money. It's the problem with being self-employed. It's the problem with being a streamer, and creating content for like YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. If you're not working, if you're not producing content, people forget about you, don't they? People forget about you. So you know, I'm trying, guys. I am really, really trying. I'm hoping everyone's okay. I was hoping that we'd be able to catch, because this is kind of the normal time slot. I was hoping we'd be able to catch some people. We have had a couple of people pop on, but I do know that it was short notice. Sorry, I've just had a notification. Nope. Nothing important. Yeah, so it's just all a bit of a nightmare, really. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd get a few people on, and I could tell you face to face rather than on the replay. There isn't a problem with being on the replay. I don't want anyone to think that there is. You are loved regardless of how and when you watch. But um, it's also nice to say these things kind of straight on, isn't it? I'd rather talk to people straight on. So I'm going to try and do some community posts and probably some short videos that I can record from wherever, wherever is comfortable. But I will have to work out how to set up in here so that I can elevate my foot. I've got to get the swelling down for Thursday, but after Thursday, it's going to swell back up again. So I'm going to need to keep that under control, really. Yeah, that's it from me. And since everyone is busy today, um, I just look after yourself. Today is World Mental Health Day. Please look after yourself today. Take a moment to be yourself. Take a moment to be who you are. Treat yourself by, I don't know, do your own nails or, wash your hair, whatever it is. It doesn't have to be spending money. You can treat yourself to an episode of your favorite show or, you know, closing your eyes and listening to an audiobook, sitting down and reading, create something. But use this time to really be a person. Today is a great day to remind ourselves to refresh our own hearts and minds, our own soul. Sing along to something. I highly recommend on Twitch, there is a lovely chap called Dipsy Coo, and he does singing content, and his energy and his light is just beautiful. He's just a lovely, lovely person. I'm gonna try and find him so I can share his link. He is just a lovely person. I love his energy. I really enjoy what he does. He just puts some beauty out there. So that is Dipsy Coo. And of course, I also wholeheartedly recommend, sorry, I am just finding all of these amazing people that are in our community that are also they're here on YouTube, but they are also over on Twitch as well. So this is Brickable Hours, our very own PC Tech Radio, who is starting to stream over there with games. Let me just, sorry, I'm finding the most amazing creator that we know, who is it's, sorry, can't type and talk at the same time. It's still a problem. If you remember, I've been talking about reality review. Well, one of the duo who is working on that channel behind the scenes is this chap, Mad Errors. He is streaming over there. He usually does cosplay and there's singing when people use the channel points, and he plays games, and he's just, again, great energy, really lovely to watch, great community over there. You'd probably see some of our kind of mutual friends. But it's just a lot of fun. So please, if you can, if you are interested in gaming content, well, not just gaming content, to be honest, there's all sorts of content over there. Um, it's a lot of fun. I didn't think I was gonna be a Twitch kind of person, but actually really enjoying it. I am also over there, um, doing a little bit of ASMR. It is not in any way, the kind people have appropriated, ASMR. I don't do the sexy stuff. That is a whole other thing. I purely, it's talking in a calm voice, it's discussing, mental health stuff, same kind of thing that I do here, but I am, it's, uh, kind of higher energy when it's a standard chatting day. And when it's an ASMR day, I will do something crafty so you can see progress. So I've been winding yarn balls and that kind of thing. But I did a talking one the other week, and just enjoying people's energy and putting positivity out there. Like most people who stream, I need to diversify a little bit and try new things. So if you like Twitch, there are some really great channels to start you off. I love them all. It's a great way to spend time, and actually, it is kind of keeping me sane. Watching people game is kind of keeping me sane. That and YouTube. Um, but also follows and people watching, exactly the same over there. Like people watching over there, it's easier to get monetized, number one, but number two, it's all about engagement. It's very viewer focused. So the more people watching, the more Twitch kind of goes, oh, there's something in this, and sends it out to other people. And it's a really great way of connecting with like-minded folks. I'm really enjoying it. And at the moment, at the moment, I need to be kept sane. I have an itch by my ankle that I can't quite reach. I'm using a chopstick to have a bit of a scratch, cheeky scratch, and the chopstick doesn't quite reach, and it's also really bruised. So if I scratch too hard, it really hurts. It's getting to me a little bit. I think I've gotten a bit peculiar. It's amazing how inconvenient losing the use of a leg is, and I've always had a lot of respect for people who have had to have amputations, have broken something, have, lost the use of a limb. But I've never had that issue really. There are times when my leg or my arm doesn't work properly with the fibro and the CFS and stuff. But I've never completely lost the use of it. I can't put any pressure on it. It's incredibly painful if I do. Um, so yeah, so I'm learning, and it's making me a better person. Like having gone through this, I will be more compassionate and empathetic and helpful to someone who, you know, goes through it in the future. But I really wouldn't wish it on anyone. 0 out of 10. Would not recommend. Probably the worst way to one of the worst ways to spend your day. Um, yeah. But I wanted to do a quick update. With this being World Mental Health Day, I think it's good for us to connect. It's good for us to check in with each other. I will work on when I can next be live. It will probably be next Tuesday. I hate missing my schedule, but there's not a lot I can do about it right now. Surgery is on Thursday, so Friday's probably out. Give me a couple of days to start working out how to do things with the limitations of surgery and whatever cast they put on next. So probably Tuesday. But please don't forget me. I won't be forgetting you. Believe me, I will be climbing the walls waiting to get back to you. In the meantime, you can email me craftalytical@gmail.com with ideas for topics or just words of encouragement. Um, if I could ask you to share my work, if someone needs a little bit of encouragement, send them one of my videos or send them the podcast. It really, really helps promote a small creator, and I really, really appreciate it. On that note, have a great week. Keep checking the community tab because I will be doing things there. You are loved and you are appreciated, and I will speak to you soon.